Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have a pretty big story to talk about coming out of the LCS. It's been a crazy last week, maybe a little bit more than a week at this point, with just so many drama, stories, all this different crazy stuff going on. You have Reggie, you have Doublelift, you have Mr. Beast, all these different things. And today we have two of these stories actually crossing over. There's been a ton of talk of Mr. Beast. You know, he hosted his show match. People are wanting him to buy an LCS slot. Is he going to be buying a slot soon? Is Beast Gaming coming to the LCS in 2023? All of this different stuff going on. People can't wait to see all the different ideas he has for the LCS. But today, some bad news about that might have taken a hit in a substantial way, maybe in an insignificant way. I don't know. That's what we're going to be talking about today. But first, a word from today's sponsor, which is, of course, Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy. All you got to do is pick over/under on player props to win up to 10x your cash. They have an awesome website. You can get it in the App Store. You can get it on the Google Play Store as well today. Big payouts, 24/7 live support, and fast and secure withdrawals. Some of the picks I'm looking at is actually Hans Sama. I'm going under 4 kills in the game that's about to take place against Golden Guardians. And then Showmaker, tomorrow morning, I'm taking over 5 kills in the first 2 matches against Fredit Brion. But if you guys want to make some picks of your own, definitely check out the first link in the description below, where if you get signed up today, Prize Picks actually going to match your first deposit up to $100, which is an awesome deal. You can't pass that up. So thank you so much to them for supporting me, my channel, and my content. Hopefully you guys check them out. With that being said, let's get right into this. So like I said, the stories that we've been talking about over the past couple weeks, they have some overlap. They have some crossover. It's like this whole big puzzle piece. It's like, the guy that's up on the board and he's like, oh, this thing and this and then this. And hey, it all makes sense now. It's all coming together. We had the Doublelift situation where Doublelift, he was on stream saying that it was really stupid that Riot did not let Bjergsen play in Mr. Beast's show match. He said the LCS is dying. He said, hey, LCS is dying. You have Bjergsen, massive brand, popular guy. Put him in front of Mr. Beast's audience. Put an LCS player in front of Mr. Beast's audience. Put Team Liquid. Show them how good this guy can be, how cool this guy can be in front of Mr. Beast, Ludwig, Miskiff, all these huge streamers, all these huge YouTubers, Ninja, all this stuff. It's, pretty much free advertisement. Like, he gets it. Everyone gets it. Riot has always had very tight control over their assets. Riot, they want to be the one-stop shop for competitive League of Legends, LOL esports, all that stuff. I mean, they want to be the one-stop shop for everything, but in the LOL esports landscape, they want to control it all. They don't want, their pro players competing in show matches or in tournaments or anything like this. And I've said, to some extent, that makes sense. I get it, but Doublelift has a point as well. When the LCS viewership is dropping, when you could say that the LCS is dying right now, I would not go that far, but I could see where he's coming from for that. Yes, viewership is down. You need to get a younger audience. You need to get a reinvigorated audience, and especially as we're going into a time where a lot of teams aren't making money, money's tight, depression, recession, inflation, who knows what the heck is going on. If you can get free advertisement, if Mr. Beast wants to set up a whole show match, Amazon's going to pay for it, all you got to do is sign a paper and say, yeah, Bjergsen, go play. Passing that up is a little bit weird. So, Jake Lucky tweeted this out. Doublelift revealed last night that he has been suspended from co-streaming the LCS after saying the league was dying and Riot had blocked Bjergsen from the Mr. Beast and Ninja event. Again, this is something we've already talked about. This is something we've already covered. But where this gets spicy and where this gets interesting and potentially bad for Riot, potentially bad for the LCS, potentially bad for the future of Beast Gaming as a League of Legends esports team, was this response from Mr. Beast himself. He said, this is a thing? Not letting people criticize the LCS is a fat L. And yes, he dropped 5,000 likes on this tweet. He ended up ratioing Jake Lucky, who, he has 269,000 followers of his own. This is a very big Twitter account. Jake Lucky's very popular, influential guy in the gaming space. Mr. Beast comes in, drops a fat L line on Riot, gets the ratio, and this is not good. I mean, one, this is Mr. Beast saying, hey, this is stupid. You guys are doing a stupid thing. Like, you already didn't let Bjergsen play in my thing, which, again, everyone agrees would have been a good thing, would have been great advertising, would have been a great moment, would have been an awesome opportunity for the LCS team, Liquid, Bjergsen, everybody. But then you're going to also suspend Doublelift, which is going to hurt your LCS viewership even more. And also, people can't even criticize you like, if Doublelift was talking shit about the LCS on the broadcast, like, hey, maybe that's a whole nother thing. Maybe, hey, you can't talk shit about our thing while you're broadcasting it, while you're making money off us, while you're talking to our fans and audience and stuff. But I don't even think he was doing that. It was off stream, not off stream, but it was off LCS co-streaming broadcast. It was just Doublelift streaming and talking about his thing. The fact that you can get punished for things you say during your own live stream, during your own broadcast is crazy. The fact that you can't criticize the LCS without getting punished is crazy. Now, yes, this was Doublelift's second strike or whatever, but the fact that it's any strike at all is really, really weird. It also shows that, hey, Mr. Beast maybe is starting to understand what he's getting into a little bit more. He tweeted out a couple days ago, hey, expect my LCS team soon or whatever. Somebody said, when can we expect your LCS team? He said very soon. But maybe all of a sudden he's like, hey, Riot's doing some weird stuff. They didn't let Bjergsen play in my thing. I'm being very public, open, vocal about how I want to buy a League of Legends team. I want to be in the LCS. I want to help them grow. I want to, try and make some money. I want to get into this business opportunity. But now, Riot's not really helping me out. They're not really treating me right. They're not really treating me good. They're not letting Bjergsen play in my thing. But now, also, I'm learning that if I criticize the LCS publicly, which I very well may do, because again, they're doing some weird stuff. Viewership's dropping a little bit year over year. The LCS is not in the healthiest shape in the world. Doesn't mean they can't come back from it, but right now, the LCS is absolutely worthy of criticism in multiple ways. Mr. Beast might be wondering all of a sudden, like, hey, is this really where I want to spend, 20, 30, 40 million dollars? I mean, we're talking about crazy amounts of money. When Schalke sold their LEC slot last year, I believe it sold for upwards of like 35 million euros or something like that. So yeah, I mean, we could easily be talking about Mr. Beast, being 20, 30, 40 million dollars deep on an investment if he does decide to start an LCS team after you have the LCS slot, after you start building up infrastructure, facilities, signing players, signing staff, coaches, all that stuff. There's been a lot of weird stuff happening over the past couple of weeks on top of the whole, is viewership dying in the first place? Does the LCS have a future? Is this even a good investment? So I don't think this is great. I think Riot already took an L in the first place in this whole situation, took an L for not letting Bjergsen play, took an L for suspending Doublelift, and now Mr. Beast, again, we think Beast Gaming in the LCS would be awesome because that is, hopefully exposing Mr. Beast's audience to the LCS, being able to bring them in and absorb them. Well, if you think that's a good thing, this is absolutely a bad thing that Mr. Beast is blasting Riot, blasting the LCS, blasting League of Legends esports to his audience. That's definitely going to put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. So in the end, I don't think this should hurt. If Mr. Beast wants to buy a team, if he's in the process of buying a team, if this is something he really believes in, I don't think this is going to make or break that. I don't think it's going to be a huge deal, but I don't think it's a great thing. I don't think this is like increasing his chances. If he was maybe on the fence, or if he's maybe unsure, if he has somebody on his team being like, hey, maybe we don't want to do this, this probably wouldn't help the chances. And I think that would be a major L from Riot if they have a guy like Mr. Beast who is willing and able to join your league and potentially be, one of the more popular teams in a league that only has like 4 or 5 teams that even do anything interesting whatsoever. Being able to get a hold of another team and another influencer and another face and brand like that could be amazing. And if they have that opportunity and they push this guy away, that would be absolutely devastating. That could be horrible for the future of the LCS. So I thought that this was very interesting. I thought it's very cool that Mr. Beast, was not afraid to speak up, that he was not afraid to publicly call out Riot. And at the end of the day, again, bad stuff could come from this, but I hope good stuff comes from this. I hope this is a wake-up call to Riot. Because, again, we think Mr. Beast, most people think Mr. Beast has a pretty good idea, some business savvy, how to run things, how things should work, what's good decisions for brands, companies, social media, that type of stuff. And if he's criticizing Riot, maybe Riot's in the right, but maybe they might want to rethink how they're doing some things over there. I really hope that this does not decrease the chances of us getting Beast Gaming in the LCS, but maybe it's possible, or maybe it all of a sudden becomes more likely we end up seeing Beast Gaming in the LEC, or, this thing never comes to fruition and ends up staying out of this altogether. I don't know, but either way, I thought it was pretty spicy that Mr. Beast responded to the whole situation of Doublelift getting suspended. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this story. Love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe to stay up to date on all my latest content. Consider checking out Prize Picks, first link in the description below. Consider checking out my Discord, second link in the description below. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then, peace.